Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Daily O, sponsored by Firo Pizza. I'm Asa Lucas. Thank you for joining us this evening. Britain's Prince Philip has died. The 99-year-old was the husband of Queen Elizabeth and father to Prince Charles, Princess Anne, Prince Andrew, and Prince Edward. Here's more on his life.
The Duke of Edinburgh was born as the Prince of Greece and Denmark in 1921. His family fled to Paris when he was an infant after they were overthrown from power. 8 years later, Philip was sent to England to be raised by his grandmother and uncle. He served in the British Royal Navy from 1939 to 1953 and fought in World War II. The Queen and Prince Philip met before the Second World War when he was a young naval cadet. The couple married in 1947.
I was always struck by how much he was committed to supporting the Queen on every occasion, whether it was a happy one or a more difficult task with members of the family or sad occasion. But he was always there.
During his time with the Royal Air Force, he logged almost 6,000 flight hours in 59 different types of aircraft over 4 decades. Famous for his energy, the Duke's health inevitably deteriorated as he headed into old age. In the summer of 2017, Prince Philip effectively announced his retirement, saying he would give up official royal duties. Prince Philip was the oldest-serving royal consort. He was known for his love of painting, horses, flying, sailing, and environmental conservation. Prince Philip, serviceman, campaigner, great-grandfather, and a beloved husband. I'm Nadia Romero reporting.
Buckingham Palace has not announced the cause of Prince Philip's death. He would have turned 100 years old on June 10th. St. Vincent Island, the largest of the Grenada island chain in the Caribbean, was hit with a massive volcanic eruption on Thursday. St. Vincent's National Emergency Management Organization, or simply NEMO, announced via Twitter Friday that the volcano, known as La Soufrière, erupted, causing vast plumes of ash and smoke to rise all over the island. So far, no casualties have been reported. However, several families have been forced to evacuate immediately. The entire population of St. Vincent and the Grenada Islands is approximately 110,000. While most of the population resides in the capital city of Kingstown, located on the main island of St. Vincent, evacuation orders have taken place throughout the entire island, affecting roughly 6,000 to 7,000 people. According to CNN, NEMO has also released a statement saying, quote, "The island is on red alert, meaning an eruption is imminent now," end quote. Scientists at the Belmont Observatory in St. Vincent observed and recorded the island's first volcanic tremor at 3 a.m. local time. And since then, 5 more have been reported. According to the University of the West Indies Seismic Research Center, the type of seismic signal currently prevalent on the island is, quote, "usually associated with movement of magma and fluids close to the surface," end quote. Countries such as Trinidad and Tobago, as well as Venezuela, have since offered assistance. Venezuelan Foreign Minister Jorge Arreza has stated, quote, "Venezuela will send humanitarian supplies and risk experts," end quote. According to NEMO, Carnival Cruise Line has sent 2 ships, the Carnival Paradise and Carnival Legend, to the islands in order to assist with evacuations. Dr. Casey Shroom was announced as OSU's president designee last Friday evening, with current President Burns Hargis set to retire this July. The city of Stillwater is dedicating a part of the town to his legacy. Brody Myers has more.
On July 1, Burns Hargis will leave Stillwater for the greener pastures of retirement. But his legacy won't soon be leaving town.
Rename the airport access road from Western all the way up to the airport to rename that Hargis Road.
The 4,300-foot stretch of road begins at the intersection of Western and Airport Road and ends just before the road reaches the airport parking lot. Eventually, with the new construction plan, the road will cut through the recreational softball fields and end in front of the FedEx Shipping Center.
One of the most important projects we worked on together here between the city and the university over the last several years has been Stillwater Municipal Airport and bringing commercial service to the airport.
Mayor Will Joyce presented the Hargises with a replica street sign bearing their name. In a tweet thanking the city council, Ann Hargis said, "Are all street signs that enormous?" Reporting for the Daily O, I'm Brody Myers.
Thank you, Brody. Hargis Road will be renamed in the near future. Up next, Dylan Walker catches us up on all things entertainment news.
happy Friday and welcome back to the Spill with Dill. I hope everybody had a great week and is enjoying the warm weather because I know I definitely am. I've got a ton of exciting stuff to fill you guys in on from this past week, so let's see what's been going on. Mama's boy and king of Staten Island has officially moved out of his mother's home. Although he didn't go too far, Pete Davidson has left his man cave and is now an official homeowner in Staten Island, New York. Pete first revealed that he was looking to move out in February of 2021. The New York Post reported that Davidson and his mother paid about $4.5 million for their home that includes a master wing and a high-end kitchen. If it were me, I would never leave. Sorry, Mom. Kim Kardashian has officially reached billionaire status, all thanks to her makeup and shapewear line. Forbes has estimated her net worth to be about $1 billion. Based on their calculations, KKW Beauty brings in about $100 million annually since its launch in 2017. Although she sold 20% stake in her company to a beauty conglomerate, Coty, for $200 million, her remaining 72% stake is worth around $500 million by itself. Skims, her shapewear line, has yet to disclose their financial records, but Forbes believes her stake in ownership is worth around $225 million. Kim makes up the rest of her worth through real estate investments, keeping up with the Kardashians' commission, endorsement deals, and other business opportunities. She shares this title with her younger sister Kylie, who also became a billionaire with her makeup line, Kylie Beauty. James Hampton, best known for his iconic role in F Troop, The Longest Yard, and Teen Wolf, passed away this past Wednesday from Parkinson's at the age of 84. Hampton was first born in Oklahoma City, then moved to Dallas soon after. He attended the University of North Texas, where he studied speech and drama. Hampton's first Hollywood role was on the show Gunsmoke. He later went on to pursue bigger roles that allowed him to become such a familiar actor. And finally, Eric Church, as I'm sure the rest of the world, is officially ready to go back to normal and finally start performing again. This country singer has just announced that starting this coming September, he will be going on tour until 2022. The tour is called Gather Again, and will consist of 56 shows. With his new album, Heart and Soul, to release soon, Church will have plenty of songs to sing, and I'm sure a crowd like never before. That's all the tea I have for you today, folks. Thank you so much for watching this week's episode of The Spill with Dill. I hope you come back next week for some more news. Happy Friday.
Thank you, Dylan. Tune in next week for another edition of The Spill with Dill. Next, we'll take a quick break, and then we'll come back with the weather. For the Daily O, I'm Asa Lucas.
All right, welcome back, folks. And right behind me, we're going to jump right into the weather real quick. We have a severe thunderstorm watch until 11 p.m. tonight. I'm Joshua Weisel, by the way. Take a look at take a look at the possible hazards for the next couple of hours until 11 p.m. this evening. A couple of tornadoes cannot be ruled out. Same with hail up to tennis ball, possibly baseball size with the strongest storm. Not everyone's going to see that massive hail activity, but also 60 to 75 mile an hour winds are possible within this watch area once again until 11 p.m. tonight. So make sure that you're weather aware, have a way to receive warnings, and make sure that you know where to take your car in the event of a hailstorm, and make sure that you know where to go in the event of, let's say, a tornado. So taking a quick look at this evening and tonight, I'm anticipating that this storm activity is going to last for the next couple of hours, let's say till about 8 p.m. for our area, but we could still be alert through about 9 or 10, so just keep that in mind. As we head into the overnight hours, we're going to see mostly cloudy conditions start to break away into partly cloudy and even clear conditions before tomorrow morning across the area, with a low of 43 by around 7 a.m., and then we'll quickly warm back up into the 50s by about 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. And moving on real quick. There we go, and as you can see, here's the severe weather risk for today across the area. We have a 3 out of 5 further to our south and east, and then I'm going to actually step out of the way real quick to show you. In that little bitty corner off to my left, there's a 4 out of 5 in parts of Arkansas, Louisiana, Tennessee, and Mississippi and Alabama. So that's where the best storm potential is going to be. But for our area, we're at a 2 out of 5, and actually just to our west, as the time of recording, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning for the next little bit with a thunderstorm approaching our area. So we're keeping a close eye on that as well. But like we said, risk for the next couple of hours until about 11 p.m. when that watch ends. So here's a look at the risks for today across the area. Isolated tornadoes, like I said, wind between 60 and 70 mile an hour. Golf ball to potentially baseball-sized hail is the main threats with the strongest storms across the area. So here's the Futurecast radar for the next little bit. I actually think this one did pretty well with its projection. This was the last hour run. As you can see, it was projecting about around 4 or 5 p.m., scattered thunderstorms across the area. And as we head later into the evening, this is around 5 p.m., so about now for the next hour, we're going to see these scattered thunderstorms continue on for the next little bit. And then as we head into about 6 p.m., we could see more of these isolated cells fire up across our area before they eventually turn into a line that will cause some significant severe weather as they move off to the south and east later on this evening. So like I said, make sure that you're prepared for these storms, have a way to receive warnings, know where to go in the event of a thunderstorm, and make sure that you check back for updates. You can check out weather225.com for those live radar updates and even some warnings. Make sure that you also, like I said, have a way to receive warnings in the event of a warning for our area. But now we're going to go on to some better news for the area. Tomorrow afternoon and evening, mostly sunny skies, a high of 66 across the area, so it's going to be a pleasant day tomorrow for the start of your weekend. And it'll be the same roughly for Sunday. We'll get to those rain chances for next week. Here we go. So here's the rain chances for next week. As you can see, 20% chance for rain Tuesday through Thursday, and we're going to start to see maybe a 40% chance of showers and storms once again on Friday. Severe weather is possible today, like I mentioned, for the next couple of hours. Stay weather alert, but otherwise it looks like it's going to be a pleasant week, mostly with highs kind of on a roller coaster between 60 and 80 off and on throughout the week, and then we'll start to see those temperatures start to lower as we head into the rest of next week. I'm going to step out of the way real quick so you can see the rest of my forecast. Next weekend is going to be pleasant once again, high of 67 on Saturday, high of 62 on Sunday, mostly clear skies. So like I said, stay weather alert the next couple of hours, and we're going to ride these storms out. But like I said, make sure that you're aware that there is a hail threat, there is a tornado threat, and there is a damaging wind threat for the next couple of hours. If you have a plan, that's the best thing to do. Otherwise, stick around for sports coming up right after this.
Oh, there you go. Superstar.
The end of the practice is when we do all of our intensity drills.
Okay.
She was going at it.
Stop. If we get them to Detroit by, let's say Monday the 15th. Time's right there. There we go. Yeah. Just, you can't.
Don't want to talk about it.
When you see the water tower, you're gonna make a right.
If we win this, we have one way to get to the playoffs. I know.
Welcome back to the Daily O. I'm Connor Bergen, and let's get you caught up on everything sports as we head into the weekend. Oklahoma State sports are picking up again tonight, weather permitting, with the softball and baseball games. The baseball team earlier this week lost their original opponents, the University of Central Arkansas, due to COVID issues in UCA's program. Their new opponents this week were found. UNC Wilmington will come to town and play a 3-game series with the Cowboys. Catch Game 1 right after show tonight at 6, weather permitting. The softball team is traveling back to Lubbock, Texas for a 3-game series this weekend. Game 1 is also after the show at 6. The OSU basketball program has announced a mutual parting of ways with assistant coach Kanan Cunningham. Kanan is the brother of Cade Cunningham and was instrumental in the recruiting process. Mike Boynton put out a statement today thanking Kanan for everything and wishing him luck in his future. Kanan will now be moving on to help manage his younger brother's NBA career. Cunningham has spent 2 years with the program. Boynton has reportedly already lined up his replacement with hiring Creighton's assistant coach, Terrence Rencher. Now, the Masters are now in the second round, with many notable names sitting in good position as the day closes. Justin Rose currently leads the pack going 7 under, with others like Jordan Spieth sitting at 5 under, Justin Thomas close with 4 under, and last year's winner, Dustin Johnson, is currently shooting 3 over and on the verge of being cut. The MLB All-Star Game will now be held in Denver at Coors Field. The league has originally planned for the event to take place in Atlanta, Georgia, but the league decided to move away due to new voter laws that were passed that caused concerns for many. The last time the game was in Colorado was 1998, and this move will reportedly add over $190 million in revenue for the city of Denver, with the plans to have fans be allowed to attend in higher numbers. Biking is a popular activity here in Stillwater and across the country. Asa got a chance to sit down with Stillwater's own local bike shop to learn their story and the Mid-South race.
Imagine having to carry a bicycle through 8 miles of mud, rain, and bone-chilling cold. For racers competing at the Mid-South race, this is an average Saturday, and it all began at one store in Stillwater, Oklahoma, titled District Bicycles. The owner, Bobby Wintle, got his start with the cycling industry as a waiter in small-town Kansas.
I learned how to work on bikes, begged and begged and begged for a shop job at High Gear Cyclery in Emporia, and finally, after I graduated college, I finally got that job. So I was there for about 9 months while we were flipping a house and writing the business plan for District.
The experience at the coffee shop motivated Bobby to open up his own store in Stillwater, and within the first few years, the shop thrived. The idea for the Mid-South race came to Bobby while he was opening District Bicycles. From its small beginnings of 120 racers to over 2,000 participants from 8 different countries, the Mid-South race has grown exponentially.
We go to other events, right? And we know what we would want to see in an event, and we also know what we're doing is outside the realm of just racing. 99% of people that show up to an event are just there to see if they are capable of doing it.
And outside of the Mid-South race, District Bicycles is looking forward to the continued growth of the community, where people who don't ride bikes can join in for Friday night socials. Until then, you can expect Jones the dog to greet you at the door, as well as the warmth of the service provided by District Bicycles.
A jack of all trades. Thanks, Asa. In our last piece of the day, the WNBA introduced to jerseys for all 12 teams for the upcoming season. The jerseys underwent a change this offseason, with deals being made to limit full-scale advertisements on the jerseys, giving teams more freedom to be creative in design process. The league announced this new jerseys this week in commemorating the league's 25th season. Here are the new jerseys: the Washington Mystics, the Seattle Storm, the New York Liberty, the Phoenix Mercury, the Minnesota Lynx, the Los Angeles Sparks, Chicago Sky, the Atlanta Dream, the Las Vegas Aces, Connecticut Sun, the Dallas Wings, and the Indiana Fever, rocking the Stranger Things themed jersey. I'm liking it. But that's all we have for our show today. Make sure to follow us on social media at @TheDailyO_TV. You can also watch our show on Amazon Fire Stick, Apple TV, Roku, and of course on Suddenlink Channel 112. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you back here on Monday. For The Daily O, I'm Connor Bergen. Have a great night, and go Pokes.
The Daily O is brought to you by Firo's Fire Kissed Pizza.